Okay, Wendy wants to run 3 miles. Each lap around the track at her school is 1/8 mile. Wendy wants to figure out how many laps does she need to run. Which model could Wendy use to find how many laps she needs to run? Okay, so when I first look at this, I get a little overwhelmed. But then I notice that they're showing me these number lines, and I know they're split up into pieces. So I want to choose which model shows me what I have and what it's being split between. So first, let's think about what does Wendy have? Or how many miles in total does she want to run? That's right. She wants to run 3 miles in total. That's what she wants to do. However, every single lap that she runs, so if runs 1 lap, that's not 1 mile, then 2 miles, then 3 miles. We basically want to figure out every lap that she does. So let's say this is 1 lap. How long or what is the length that it would take her to do it just once? That's right. It would be 1/8. So if she runs it once, that would be an eighth. Twice, that'd be another eighth. 3 times, that's 3/8, then 4/8. So we want to find out how many miles or how many times does she actually need to run laps in order to make it 3 miles. So just thinking about that example that I just did, it would actually take a few different times because when I just did it 4 times, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, I just did that 4 times, but I still was not at 3 miles. So first off, we know that it's going to be a total of 3 miles. I know that there's some of these that I can cross out because it doesn't end with 3 miles. Does A end at 3 miles? No, it does not. So I can automatically cross this one out because I always start with what I have. I want to show 3 miles on a number line. Does B end at 3? Yes, it does. So I'm not going to cross it out. Let's look at C. Does C show 3 miles? Yes, it does. So I'm not going to cross it out. Now let's look at D. Does D show 3 miles? No, it does not. So I'm going to cross it out because, again, I want to show that she's running 3 miles. So I've already eliminated half of my choices because this one ends in 3 and this one ends in 3. So when I was just doing my example, when I drew a lap, this would be 1/8. I already know 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8. I would need to do 8 laps in order to just get 1 mile. So again, I'm looking for the model that shows me 3 holes, but then is being divided or split into 1/8 size pieces. So I'm just going to look here and I need to determine which of these is divided into 8 equal parts. So when I look carefully, they look very similar. But I need to look from 0 to 1 and count to see if I do 8 jumps. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I just do 8 jumps? Yes, I did. I did 8. So let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's split into eighths again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it was divided into eighths again. Now, I'm going to look at C, and I want to see how many jumps I do from 0 to 1. How many jumps did I just do from each hole? From 0 to 1. That's right, I did 7. However, Is every lap 1/7 of a mile? No, it is 1/8 because I would need to go 8 times around an eighth plus 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 an eighth 8 times in order to make a whole, or 8/8. It would not be 7. So I can cross this one out. The only one that shows 3 whole miles and it's split into eighths, eighths, and eighths would be option B. I also know that if I solved 3 divided by an eighth using keep, change, flip, I would keep the 3 the same. I know the division would turn into times, and 1/8 flipped would become 8/1. And again, 8/1, any number over 1, I know is a whole number. So I can also just make it 8. What is 8 times 3? That would be 24. And if I go back to this model, I have 8 plus 8 plus 8, which again is 8 3 times. So she would need a total of 24 laps in order to make it to 3 miles. I also know that if I think about this is 1, 2, 3 miles, and I split each of them into eighths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, need one more, 7. Let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I also notice here would be 8. Here would be 8 more. Here would be 8 more. So this would represent 8 miles for 1 mile, 8 more miles for another mile, and 8 more laps for a third mile. So this would be 8 laps, 8 laps, 8 laps. And in total, 8, 16, 24, because it would take 24 laps of 1/8 to make it 3 total miles. I hope this helps.